Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your home is going into foreclosure and you feel like a financial wreck. You don't know where to turn for accurate information. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne. Let's talk about some legal options. If we work quickly, we can propose a plan to save your home, modify the loan, or in many cases even eliminate your second mortgage. The consultation is free. I've helped hundreds of people just like you make informed decisions about whether to save their home or exit it on a reasonable, organized timeline. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle.
Let's play B-Migs.
It's time to play the game.
Yeah.
Everybody scream his name. B-Migs, don't be a loser. Whoa! B-Migs, you're a loser.
It is time for B-Migs, and it's time to pump it up from under. Hopefully that'll pump you up. Maybe a couple cups of coffee will. It's not really doing it for me, man, but, hey.
Or maybe you're as lucky as Justin in Ferndale who just texted and said, this Monday's awesome. My boss just brought in donuts.
Oh, that is awesome.
So lucky. Castle.
Yeah, bring them donuts.
We challenge you to top that boss.
Top that boss. I was very excited to find out that Legendary Donuts has one in Issaquah. I don't know how long it's been there, but I was very excited to see it.
Time for a road trip? Or did you head out and did you get some?
Well, yesterday we went to a different restaurant altogether. We went to Dozone to celebrate my wife's sort of belated birthday, and that's when we saw Legendary Donuts. I'm like, what?
Go from the Dozone to the donuts, man.
Yeah. Oh, man. So I got a cronut that I saved for today.
According to one texter, BJ, you should be getting excited, though. Bellevue's getting a crumble cookie.
Where's that happening?
In Bellevue.
In Bellevue, that's all I got. That's the only information I got.
I wonder if it's going to be Crossroads, because that's where all the cool stuff goes, because Dick's is at Crossroads. I wonder if Crumble is going to go to Crossroads.
Oh, you get yourself a couple of deluxe and then a crumble cookie.
Right.
The old
Very
Dixon crumble.
Yeah. Very, very well. I'm excited to find out where.
That's a good way to get pumped up for that Monday. Let's get to our contestant today. We got Justin and Everett. Justin, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Excellent. All right, Steve, get out of here.
All right, goodbye.
For those playing at home, Justin will have 60 seconds to answer 10 questions. Justin, you can pass all you want, but you will only get 3 guesses per question. Are you ready?
Sploosh.
It's not that day, but sploosh. Egg yolk, melted butter, and lemon juice are the primary ingredients in what sauce?
Mayo.
No.
Hollandaise.
Yes. Renee Zellweger won a Best Actress Oscar for her portrayal of whom in the movie Judy?
Pass.
The abbreviation TBD is most commonly standing for what?
Digital video disc.
No, TBD.
Oh, TBD. To be determined.
Yes. Hank Azaria has voiced the characters Mo, Carl, and Comic Book Guy on what show?
Simpsons.
Yes. Which month's name is derived from the Latin word for 8?
August.
No.
March.
No.
September.
No. The C in E equals MC squared stands for the speed of what?
Light.
Yes. To determine the percentage of alcohol in a bottle of liquor, what is divided by 2?
ABV.
No.
Pass.
What word is the antonym of utopia?
Pass.
1, 2, 3, 4, correct.
Well, he can blame Julius and Augusta for that one.
Yes, exactly, because those darn guys screwed everything up on those numbers there.
Yeah, they did.
And we'll have to see if Steve can figure that one out. I feel like some of these are going to be tough. Like, I'm maybe a little bit too brainy for Steve on these.
Oh, things are too brainy for Steve.
Maybe.
Okay.
I don't know.
Wow, all right.
I think you've learned I'm a new Steve. I actually like the first third of Batman.
That's true.
You never know what you're going to get there, Rev.
You're right. You're absolutely correct. I think I know you, and then you just change.
Except for the Bat Pants, I really enjoyed it.
Bat Pants. And by the way, it's actually the Batman.
The Batman.
The Batman.
Okay. It's Facebook and the Batman.
It's funny you say that because I was real quick. Someone texted last week that was getting so annoyed with us. He's like, Guys, stop calling it The Batman. You sound so old. Thinking that we were doing that because we were just referring to it as The Batman, not realizing the movie is called The Batman.
Yeah.
I was like, I almost wrote the guy back. I'm like, it's literally the name of the movie. What do you want from us?
Who's old now?
Yeah,
I don't care if you're 7 years old or 70. It's called The Batman.
Yes.
Yeah. So they're bringing it back. I mean, they're bringing back the in front of us.
All right. Are you ready, Steve?
Oh, yeah!
Egg yolk, melted butter, and lemon juice are the primary ingredients in what sauce?
Butter and I don't know. Is that Foster?
No. Foster sauce.
Hello,
I don't know. Hollandaise?
Yes. Renee Zellweger won a Best Actress Oscar for her portrayal of whom in the movie Judy?
Judy Jetson.
No.
Here's Judy Jetson. I don't know. Pass.
The abbreviation TBD most commonly stands for what?
To be determined.
Yes. Hank Azaria has voiced the characters Mo, Carl, and Comic Book Guy on what show? Yes.
The Simpsons.
Simpsons, thank you.
What month's name is derived from the Latin word for 8?
April.
No.
Oh. October.
Yes. The C in E equals MC squared stands for the speed of what?
Energy.
No.
Sound.
No.
Light.
Yes. To determine the percentage of alcohol in a bottle of liquor, what is divided by 2?
69.
No.
Oh. Alcohol.
No.
100.
No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Steve, you win 5-4. Yeah.
Sorry, Justin.
So close.
Hey, have a good week, you guys. This isn't over yet, Migs.
It's never over. Right. I might have won the battle, but the war continues.
Yes.
He'll be back.
And the deciding factor was October. Yeah. Wow. Does anybody happen to know the movie Renee Zellweger won the Best Actress Oscar portraying the movie's Judy, but who did she portray?
I don't know.
Judy Garland?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, good call, Danny. I couldn't think of the famous Judy.
Yep.
Good move.
Yep.
Yeah, I couldn't think of a famous Judy other than Judy Jetson.
I know. I love that answer. It was fantastic.
It would have been great if that's what the movie was.
I wish it would have. They need to do one like a live action, like just like, I don't know, maybe not like a whole movie, but one of those like behind the musics or something.
It's just a story about her dealing with her unattentive, technology-obsessed husband.
Absolutely, 100%. That could be a lot of us right now, I think. To determine the percentage of alcohol in a bottle of liquor, what is divided by 2? The proof.
Oh, that makes
So
sense.
when something's like 180 proof, like Everclear, it's 90% alcohol.
Got you.
Yeah.
Wait, how do you, if it's what? How do you get, if you divide it by, what do you divide by 2?
By 2.
By 2. The proof by 2.
Oh, so if it's 100 proof, then it's 50%.
Yes.
Oh, I thought you said 90%. I was losing my mind with math.
Well, I said 180 divided by 2 is 90, like Everclear, because Everclear is a very high alcohol content.
No, I think I'm drunk. That's my
beside the
problem.
ocean.
Math on Mondays.
Yeah, math on Mondays is always a rough one for
Math
everyone.
Mondays will never be a thing. Not on our show.
There was one question you didn't get to, Steve, that Justin just passed on. What word is the antonym of utopia?
I don't blame him for passing that.
I wanted to ask you this question just to see.
That's easy.
Zootopia.
No. Good guess.
Poopopia.
No.
No. Come on.
Oh, BJ seems to know it.
Oh, definitely.
What is it?
Well, you hear it all the time. In a dystopian future.
Yep, dystopia.
Oh.
Yep.
The good brewery in Tacoma.
Yeah, dystopian brewery. Yeah, dystopian. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Awesome. Well,
Good people work there.
Mm-hmm.
Do
Congratulations.
they? Because they work in a dystopia. It's not a good place for me.
Well, they're doing the best that they can in such a dystopian world.
There we go.
It's a nice big place, too. Done a couple of things there. And hung out there, yeah. Congratulations on your win, Steve.
Thank you.
Yeah, you know what? You
Hard-earned.
deserve it. It
Thank
was
you.
definitely hard earned.
I agree.
Yeah. So the future of rock and roll, where is it, people? Well, there's one man to ask. A man who's been in rock and roll for a long time.
Okay.
Mick Jagger.
Oh. You know what? I'm willing to listen to what Mick Jagger has to say. As long as he's willing to not be like the future of rock and roll is, some Pearl Jam, as much as I love Pearl Jam. But sometimes old rockers refuse to check out new bands with open ears and not being just bitter.
Yeah.
I will say this. I mean, he definitely is ahead of the curve with me because one of these folks that he mentions, I don't even know who they are. The other one, sorry, Danny, but Mick Jagger and you probably are going to be enemies after this. He believes the future is Machine Gun Kelly.
Oh, jeez.
I love it. I love it just because it's trolling Danny.
Yeah. Here's why he says it, though. He says, in rock music, you need energy, and there have not been a lot of new rock singers around. Now there are a few. He'd take a point. You know, I mean, the kind of performer that Mick is and what he's always been,
Larger than life.
A lot of energy.
Yep.
And, well, especially with, you know, really, I think of Eddie Vedder. Who else has got that great energy that he's talking about? Eddie definitely, you know, in his early days,
Yes.
had tons of energy on the stage.
Not on that level anymore. And that's not a knock. I love going to see Pearl Jam. Their live shows are incredible, but he's not climbing lighting rigs anymore and, like, you know, risking his life, and understandably so.
Billy Joe Armstrong.
Billy Joe's.
If you ever see them perform live, he's
timeless.
Yeah.
And he's like 5'0", and he owns that any crowd that they play in.
He's always giving it.
He's not the future, though. He's the present of rock and roll.
He's the past, Danny. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, well, some people might argue that he is.
That would not be very
that
nice.
last album, Danny, you know, you and I liked that last album, but it surely wasn't what people expected.
Fair.
What the
Sorry.
Youngblood, spelled Yungblud.
You know what's funny is
this
that
person at all.
I know him. He's collaborated with Machine Gun Kelly.
Yeah. It's all in that same, like, pop punk, almost emo era of new stuff.
I heard one of his newer songs. I think it was called like Funeral or something, and it was pretty good. Like,
I'll have to check it out because I like pop punk, and that's what Mick is saying. He says that kind of post punk vibe makes me think there's still a bit of life in rock and roll.
yeah, I heard that more recent song from him. I'm like, you know, I'm up for hearing a full record from this guy. I know he's done a lot of collaborations for the most part with with Machine Gun Kelly, and I mean, it's just kind of got it's kind of like a bratty emo punk vibe to the dude.
Yeah, and he's from England, so he has, and he does
Hello.
he kind of dresses very eccentric, and it's. I actually don't mind his music, and one of the best.
That's a ringing endorsement.
Yeah.
You want music that is the future of rock and roll? Get the music that Danny doesn't mind.
He's got room to get better.
He's got room to get better. The song "I Think I'm Okay" between Machine Gun Kelly and Youngblood is one of my favorite songs that came out during 2020.
I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Oh, you know what's what I was thinking about over the weekend? I think I can't remember if I was listening to a Machine Gun Kelly song or what I was listening to, but it had a Travis Barker on the drums.
Of course.
And so, right, Travis, of course, we all know from Blink 182, but he's gone on to basically be, if anyone wants to try pop punk that's not a pop punk artist, get Travis to be your drummer and he'll make it seem legitimate.
Yeah.
But I was thinking about it, I'm like, he might be one of the most influential musicians of this generation. As much as, like, he's not my favorite drummer, I can acknowledge that he's great. I think I was thinking about this because some people were debating him or Dave Grohl. And me personally, if I was starting a band, I would have Dave Grohl on drums over Travis. But Travis, technically and probably skill-wise, is on a higher level than Dave. And but he does so much for so many artists and has so much of an. He's basically, if you want something to sound pop punk, you get Travis Barker to play drums on it. And if you don't have him, you have someone who sounds just like him, trying to sound like him.
Yeah, and honestly, too, I mean, he's been doing so much, and you're right. Nowadays, it's with this pop punk resurgence. He's on everything. But even before that, I mean, he did like the Transplants. He did like hardcore, like old school punk bands. He did, but then he would
was
also
in the
do
Aquabats
hip-hop.
at one point.
Yeah, he would do like hip hop beats for people. So it's like he's such a versatile drummer and has so many influences. He's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, of this generation, I think people will look back on like the Travis Barker impact on like certain bands and sounds, and whether you like him or not, you can't deny what he's contributed to the music world.
Yep.
So thumbs up to Mick's assessment of the future of rock and roll then.
I mean, I don't hate it. It's hard to say.
I can't think of anybody else. I mean, who else could you think of as the future of rock and roll besides those two dudes?
I mean,
Machine Gun Kelly is very, like, he's out there where he's known and he's becoming more and more iconic.
That's the thing. He's a name. He's a person that people know by name. I mean, because I like to, you know, I'd bang the drum for our local guy in Aaron Jones as being someone that has the potential of being the future.
You can't go wrong there. Yeah,
but I understand that Aaron is not right now at that name recognition like a Machine Gun Kelly is.
Yeah, and you wonder how, like, is he even in Mick's radar? You know, because of that. Yeah,
or maybe he is. Did they play with the Rolling Stones, or who the hell did Aaron Jones open for? I think it might have been the Rolling Stones.
Oh, wow.
And Detroit, if I remember correctly.
Well, if that's the case, that's then Mick should, unless Mick just missed it and didn't get to hear any of it. I don't know.
That's the first artist that came to mind. I mean, like just because we like Aaron doesn't mean that Mick needs to go crazy about him.
Yeah, still, I mean,
should.
you'd like to think the future of rock is definitely, he's in that group. Aaron, that's for sure. It is time for Listeners on the Loose. You pick the topic, you guide the show. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. We got your calls, we got your texts at 917 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. It's Listeners on the Loose. You pick the topic, you guide the show. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. Remember, Steve has rules that need to be followed.
It's a simple rule, BJ, and that's to show some energy and bring it. Otherwise, you shall be gonged, and we will say goodbye to you.
Goodbye, old friend.
206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999.
We got a text message about the Batman.
Will you stop saying the Batman? You sound old.
I know. Le Batman?
V in front of everything. Yeah, Le Batman.
Le Batman?
Yes.
Le Batman.
Yeah. Why not?
All right. So it says, Migs, I think you and me are on the same boat when it comes to the Batman. Me and the wife, we started watching it last night. 30 minutes in, she's completely passed out. With our work schedule and having 2 young kids, we only have a few nights during the week to watch anything for ourselves. So I think we'll be able to watch this whole thing in about 3 to 4 weeks.
That's wild. That's amazing.
I'm with them. Like maybe we'll get it done I feel like if we don't get it done in the next 2 weeks, then it's just going to be done. Like we're not going to finish it.
Yeah. So you don't think it's going to happen tonight? You've got stuff going on.
Of course not.
Why, well, are you going to do more tonight?
We haven't figured that out just yet.
Boy. Oh, boy.
Usually we go a little more lighthearted during the week. That's a heavy film. I don't know.
Oh, so you're going to put it... Oh, man, I don't... it's a whole new way of doing stuff. I don't know how to watch a movie like that.
Dude, we're still trying to figure that out because, like he said, it's tough when you have a toddler running around that keeps you... we don't get to watch the Batman during the day. We're watching Peppa Pig, or we're just outside.
Right.
Really, we're outside doing stuff, or upstairs in the playroom, just trying not to just sit and watch television all day. So on the weekends, it's after 8 o'clock that we finally get to sit down and finally watch a movie. And my wife did a CrossFit competition over the weekend, so she was already gassed. And so the moment we started that film, I was shocked she lasted almost an hour.
Yeah, that's why I'm surprised this is the film of choice for both of you. But then...
I twisted the arm a little on this one, BJ, just to prove you guys wrong.
Oh, that's it. That was the only reason. Yeah, otherwise there's no way you're watching it.
Well, we watched The Flight Attendant the day before.
Yeah. What'd you think of the new season? Yeah.
It's really good.
Yeah, okay, good. Yeah, I got to get that going.
Danny, you've watched it?
Just the first episode.
And Rev, you did too?
I have not seen it yet. I just did see it on HBO Max.
It picks up where it left off. It's just as entertaining. I was expecting maybe a little bit of a drop off, and I do like the new twist that they do as far as in the last season she constantly talked to that guy. Right. Even though he wasn't alive, she was going back and forth and having conversations with that guy. This year they do something a little bit different. It's really clever, and I like it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
So it still has that vibe, but it's a different person that she's talking to.
I forgot. I did forget about that. Was a big part of it, really. And the idea that they wouldn't have that guy in there anymore. It's like, well, what are they going to do instead?
What I attempted to start watching, and we're only a couple of episodes in on, but I really am enjoying it. Is that Lakers docuseries or? It's not docu-series, It's a series, but it's loosely based on the true story of them building that team, Jerry Buss and getting Magic Johnson. We're 2 episodes in on that, and that's really well done. And it's Adam McKay.
Your wife is digging that? She's falling asleep to that. Okay, good.
Yeah, that's first episode she dug, and then I could tell she was kind of oh, this is not done. This is more than just one thing.
Yeah.
First episode was great.
If you're not a fan of basketball or sports, that's a tough one.
But it's got John C. Reilly in it, and he's good. He plays Jerry Buss in it, and that's awesome. And I like that they break the fourth wall throughout the entire show, so it makes it very entertaining. So, because I was like, is this going to be funny? How's this going to go? And it's because it's Adam McKay that made it, the guy from Anchorman.
Oh, I don't think I realized that.
Yeah, so I was like, how is he going to bring his style of humor into this, or will he, or is it just going to be a boring, television series? And he brings a lot of comedy to it, even with it being not a comedic premise.
Huh. You know what? I might maybe I'll give that a look. I didn't realize Adam McKay was involved in that, and his name surely has some weight with me.
If the first 10 minutes sucks you in, I think you're in good hands, because the first 10 minutes is a very good indicator of how the show goes. At least so far.
Is it on HBO?
HBO Max, maybe HBO.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know.
HBO Max, okay.
HBO Max for sure.
All right.
I don't know any more of these
It's the Lakers
things.
show, right?
Yeah.
Let's go.
I know it has a name. I don't know what the name of it is, though.
Okay, good. Well, I'll be able to. This is all helpful. Thank you.
Jeez, dude. I know what network it's on, and just scroll around on their new shows, and when you see something about the Lakers, you found it.
That's all we can hope for. I mean, really, with the remote these days, with the talking remotes that they have for a lot of things, you can just say Lakers, and then something will show up that looks like that.
The talking remote thing is dangerous now, though, with a toddler.
Oh,
really?
dude, yeah.
Dude, I have to find the video. I'll have to post it at some point. My wife caught her hitting the button and just saying Peppa Pig over and over.
Oh, boy.
She hasn't figured out that she has to hold the button. She hits it and it goes, Peppa Pig. It's like,
my gosh.
You are like 1 or 2 weeks away from having this fully dialed in, and then we are fully effed.
Yeah, then she's just got the TV. It's her own. She doesn't need your people anymore.
Yeah, because she's figured out that's how we do it. Like, whenever we want to have her watch like one of her shows, I don't feel like surfing around to find it, so I'll just be like Paw Patrol or whatever. And so she's doing that now.
Oh, so she's like, I learned it by watching you.
Mm-hmm. Which is
At that
funny because
point-
it took me forever to figure out how to work that damn thing.
Oh, you better watch out. She still needs, I think, Mom for food, but I'm not sure what she needs you for anymore if she figures that out.
Oh.
To come to me when Mom says that she can't do something.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah,
All right,
yep. Need that second opinion there.
Yep, she's already doing that. It's pretty funny.
I mean, that's and how often have you buckled?
I don't, but I'll say Mom won't let you, and then Mom gets mad because she's like, now you're making me look like the bad guy. You should just be saying, no, you won't let her do that as well. But I'm like, no, I want to do it too. You're the one that's being a pain in the butt.
This is my way of throwing down with this kid. You're the enemy. Good cop, bad cop. Here we go. That's how it's going to get done.
This is a fun text. Someone said, have you guys noticed more bands have animated artwork on like Apple Music and all those streaming sites?
No.
I really haven't.
I didn't until Steve pointed it out, and I was like, the other day, and I was like, oh man, that is really cool.
It's pretty awesome. Some albums, and I think that's the new way because everything's digital. So like we've lost the beauty of album artwork. So if you look at some of the albums, the album artwork is animated. So like Machine Gun Kelly, unfortunately, is the example we're using. But
Yep, there we go.
Taylor Swift has like leaves going. The new Papa Roach record has a pretty cool animated thing going on when you first open up the artwork. It's pretty cool.
That is, okay, that's a nice way to do. Like you said, since everything's digital, you got to do something that makes it special. All right.
Yeah, like here's
all right.
Papa Roach's.
There's Papa Roach. Oh, very
that
cool.
is neat.
Just something different. I think it's like it makes looking at the artwork for a half a second a little bit more fun.
Yeah, I mean, because it's so sad that, you know, the artwork is on such a small screen because it used to be on such a giant album. I mean, unless, you know, there are some bands that are releasing their stuff to vinyl, so you do get that old school feel.
This is going to make it's like back in my day moment. But do you guys miss, though, the beauty of like getting an album and looking through the liner notes?
Yes.
Even though I knew that I wasn't being thanked by a band because they never, like, I'm just a random schmuck that's listening to their record.
Sure.
But I would be excited to like read who are they thanking? What's the little like notes that they're putting in there? The lyrics, you know, it's like that stuff is gone.
I was always interested to see if there was a name that I would recognize, maybe from a different band or from somebody else or another producer or something.
Well, and then because you always wondered, it's like you see Jay from Orgy thanking the guys from Korn, and you're like, oh, they're actually our friends. That's awesome.
Yeah, right.
It does nothing else for you.
You're not wrong.
Just basically like they're friends. This is so cool.
Or this drummer, he uses Vic Firth drumsticks because he's like endorsed by them. I don't know why, but I would get a kick out of reading that when I first got the record.
Yeah. I liked it when the albums had pages. You know, from the cover and in between the cover and then the other part that holds the album.
Yep.
And it's just like, oh, and then great artwork. You know, Tool, of course, famous for just having amazing artwork on their albums. And, you know, it's kind of sucky that if you get something digital, you don't get any of that.
But see, that's why, like, nowadays, like, his record store day was this past weekend. And
There was a line out the block on some places in Tacoma, I noticed.
What was going on?
Well, just people buying, like, there's like certain different fun exclusive records that are only available on records, including a Peppa Pig record, which everybody let me know, which I thought was kind of funny. That
Are you serious that for Record Store Day, the Peppa Pig had an album?
Yes. And it's, I got so many messages from listeners, which was pretty cool, but like, It's so funny that's what I'm known for now, is the Peppa Pig guy. And so many people are saying, oh, there's an exclusive Peppa Pig vinyl that's put out on Record Store Day.
Well, and it's great.
That's what you want, is more of that.
I kind of do.
Well, you know what? At that point, it's a book that you can read with Tatum. You're going to say, because they have, that's why I buy vinyls, for that reason. So you can read the liner notes and stuff again.
It's fun.
Yeah.
And the big artwork.
Could be a collectible. Who knows? In 20 years, Steve, if that Peppa Pig thing is worth like a good amount of money.
Oh, someone said, look at the new Korn record. I guess they have some cool animation. All
right.
And I got to search for that bad boy.
Yeah, that's Requiem.
Spell that with a Korn with a K.
Yes, yeah. Don't spell Requiem with a K.
Yeah, there we go. You pick the topic. You guide the show. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. It's listeners on the loose. More of your calls, more of your texts at 933 on the
Squeezing
Rock.
a baby's face, BJ. Look at that.
Whoa!
Squeeze it.
Okay, I don't know if I like that.
It's kind of creepy.
Squeeze it.
Yeah.
Squeeze it.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. It's listeners on the loose. You pick the topic. You guide the show. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999.
Someone just texted in saying, Danny, I saw that you were wearing the Harvard shirt at the Mariners game. Did any alumni stop you by chance?
No. I was very sad about that.
I didn't believe that you really were to Harvard. There's probably a lot of Harvard alum there.
Dude, it was crazy. I'm going to put this out there. Like the whole bottom Edgar's pub or whatever it's called, that
Edgar's
area down there.
Oh, the Pen.
The Pen. It was like a rave going on there. Like no one was even there to watch the game.
They never are.
Loud music. There was like EDM playing. People were like gyrating against. Me and Joe were just kind of like, as much as Joe is looking to pick up the honeys, as he likes to call them, he did not pick up any honeys at all whatsoever, because they were just all in their own club world.
Wasn't it Mariners Molly night, I think?
Yeah, Mariners Molly night. That's
MDMA for the first 5,000 fans at show. Oh my God, can you imagine that?
Jeez.
That would be the most epic baseball game ever. Just lasers going off.
Yeah.
It is wild. Like I said, Eric Powers used to host the music for that area back when I last time was at the game. I was just like, that is so weird. It's you're right, Danny. It's like, what is this? We're at a ballpark, but I guess not.
Well, you got to bring that energy, and as Joe would say, you have to bring the honeys as well.
Got to bring the honeys, yeah.
I got distracted by the garlic fries.
We did.
Oh, if you eat the garlic fries, you ain't talking to no honey.
Yeah, no, really shouldn't. No, we went to Little Woody's and got a burger, and man, my breath smelled like garlic until the next morning.
Yeah. But it was fun. No. Oddly enough, no one talked to me about my Harvard shirt. I was hoping, and I was walking around with my Mariners jersey open, like, hey, Harvard here.
Did you see any other Harvard shirts by chance?
I did not.
Oh,
a lot of Mariners jerseys, which was, I guess, on par.
And we did get a picture with the moose.
We did, kind of.
Oh, that's cool.
Kind of? What do you mean, kind of?
So we were in the 105 section. And that's kind of, I guess, where the broadcasting booth used to be or something. And we're in that back row. And all of a sudden, I turn around, and I'm pretty drunk at this point, and the moose is just standing right over me. And I'm like, Danny, you got to take a picture of me. But I didn't want to go up and around and introduce myself to the moose, so I just flexed in front of the moose.
Yeah, that's the way to get it done. Such a weird.
He loved it.
He loved it. Well, yeah, you should have been like, hey, come around, let's get a picture.
Oh, there we go. Oh, yeah.
Drunk Joey, I only think one thing. I think I got to do this now. The honey, well, yeah. I was.
You would have got a lot more honeys if you were rolling around with the moose.
You would. That's
right.
Yep.
Yeah, the moose, the honey's like the moose.
I just damn it, Linda's face in this one.
Oh,
she was so unimpressed by you guys.
She was not. She was not having a great time.
Why would she go to a game with the two of you?
Yeah, she was the drunkest out of all of us.
That's because she had to be around you two.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, let's be honest.
Oh, dude, it was awesome. Danny had to go get a hat in the 300 section, and Linda was so drunk. And I can't tell when Linda's that drunk. Danny can. But Danny told me to stay with Linda. He's like, hey, I'm going to go get my hat. And Linda just looks at me and in the most nonchalant voice goes, no, Joe, go with Danny. Go get a hat. So we get maybe 5 steps away from her, and she's already calling Danny and asking where he is.
Yeah. Where did you go? She was like, where did you go? And I was like, I told you she was going to call. Wow. I was like, we're just grabbing my hat. We'll be right back. She's like, I'm following you guys. And I was like, you don't even know where we're at.
Why wouldn't you all go together to get the hat?
She didn't want to. She was like, I can't stand up.
Yeah.
So just go with him.
Yeah.
You should have asked for a wheelchair.
We should have. So then I get to the hat store, I buy my hat, and then I'm getting another call. Where are you guys? I was like, we came to get my hat. Just stay in section 105.
It is a nice hat.
Thank you. I like it.
Oh,
a lot.
yeah.
I don't even know what that is. That like some new hat the Mariners put out?
Kind of. So it's the baseball. Like, so if you look at the S, this is the symbol that they have in the middle of the S.
Gotcha.
And it has like the baseball and the star. But I really just like this logo. In fact, if they go to the playoffs, remember how we said we're going to get a tattoo? This is what I'm getting tattooed.
That's the tattoo.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
That's actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to get JP Crawford's face if we have to do the tattoos.
Okay, that works.
Well,
That works.
it's on the air recorded, so.
Danny's logo looks a little better to me than having some dude's face on you, but you go ahead. You do what you got to do.
I almost was going to get one. I got so caught up in the sweep, I wanted to get a JP Crawford jersey.
Dude.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know why, but the number 3 has always been a favorite because I'm born on the 3rd, so I've always had like a
there
love
we
for
go.
the number
That's
3.
it.
And he's just so awesome. He just signed that long-term deal.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I'm like, that seems like a guy to go with. At least I know he'll be around for a minute.
Yeah, you got a good point. And the number 3 has got some history. I think, isn't that Babe Ruth's number?
It is.
He wore 3.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
not bad footsteps.
I wore number 3 in Little League.
Oh, well,
Did you really?
That's
Yes.
probably why JP
I
Crawford
bounced
picked
around
that
with
number.
my numbers. I wasn't too I also went with number 27, I think it was.
That was Carlton Fisk back in the day.
There's also Butch Wagner, the catcher for the Yankees, I believe, at the time.
well,
Who's
yeah,
not very
geez,
good.
wow.
But, yeah.
Well, there you go.
I thought he was cool because he was a catcher.
Yeah, he probably tried to wear 27 to be as good as Carlton Fisk, but it didn't work
I'm
out.
sure they just gave him the number. Like, I don't. What does this mean? Like, just wear it. It's the only one we have.
Wear it, son.
Every other number's retired here at the Yankees.
Yeah, that is true.
I'm excited for all of you guys to get your college shirts, though, because it does. I'm wearing it today.
You
and
feel
it just-
smarter?
It makes me feel so much smarter.
Mine's supposed to arrive on Friday.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I did not order one, I don't think.
I thought Vicky's making one for you, I thought.
Oh, that's right. She's doing the
She's
DIY.
giving you the old college try.
That's gonna- yeah. I can't wait to see how that looks. How do I tactfully tell Vicky I'm not going to wear that? You guys, now that she's not here, can you help me out with this?
No. You're
No,
gonna have
not
to
at
do it.
all.
In
Yeah,
fact,
you
we're-
get to do that yourself.
We're going to save this audio and play it for her when you get the shirt.
Yeah, you're the one that was like, I don't want to spend money on an
I
MIT
know,
shirt.
and I was hoping that would be the barrier of entry, but no, Vicky's like, oh, but I'll bedazzle something for you. Oh, great.
I don't think she's bedazzling it.
Well, I
think
hope
she's
she
just
is
using
now.
the little cricket machine thingy that's
Yeah.
popular and making the shirt for you.
All right, well.
So she'll
we'll see.
get like the actual logo and
Okay.
illegally make you a shirt.
Yeah.
We could get her arrested for this. Then you don't have to wear it.
Wow. But is it going to look like a decal? You know what I mean?
It'll look like it'll kind of have like a stickery vibe to it.
Yeah, see, that's going to look cheesy.
That's even
See, it's
better.
It's going to look cheap. It's
Yeah,
gonna look like
order your
somebody has a
shirt
machine
still.
because they don't want to pay full price for regular.
In a picture, it'll look just fine. We'll put a filter on it. It'll look great.
If I got to find a way to tell her no, thank you.
Then just buy a shirt.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just say I
you
already
need to
got
just
one.
buy a
How
shirt.
about I just don't wear any college shirt to a place I didn't go to school to? How about that idea?
Well, what fun is that?
They have a crop
I
top that
don't
you
understand
can wear.
why it's fun the other way, to be honest with you.
Because-
nobody believes.
Because we're idiots, and that's the fun part of it all, is
Yes,
that we're all
well,
wearing Ivy League shirts.
I'm actually not an idiot, and possibly
Well,
could have
speak
been
for
an
yourself.
outsider.
I don't know about that. I mean,
Look at those nice ones.
Yeah, I mean, nobody. You know why nobody went up to Danny with his Harvard shirt on at T-Mobile Park? Because nobody believed it.
Oh, wow.
Well, I mean, yeah, you're probably right there.
Hey!
Hey, someone said, hey, Steve, number 3, don't forget, most important number 3, Dale Earnhardt. Another person, Dale Earnhardt. And then someone said, hey, don't forget that football trader. He wore number 3.
Yeah, we don't talk about him.
Oh, yeah, we kind of we don't talk about Bruno or Russell. Yeah, we don't do it.
Although someone did say they wanted to know if any of us are excited about the draft coming up this weekend. Absolutely.
Which draft?
Well, of course. I
the
mean, this
NFL
is
draft, right?
yeah,
Okay.
This is where we see what we get for Russell. Even though, I guess the surprise factor, like where do they go? Will they go for a quarterback? I mean, that's the big drama, right? That's the mystery. Is will that happen?
I don't think anyone is. I think most people don't believe that they're going to go for
I
a
don't.
quarterback in the first round. That'd be insanity. I think they might go for a quarterback in the second because they have a couple of picks in the second. I don't think that would be all that out of the.
Yeah.
But they also, for all we know, they might just be waiting for after the draft to really put that full court press on maybe Baker Mayfield, or maybe they're just going to stick with. I don't know what the hell they're going to do, but I don't think it's going to be a quarterback in the first round for
And
sure.
don't forget, there can be trades. That's the other thing. There could be even more trades that will happen where we might lose some big. We could lose a big player because they do that stuff during the draft.
Did you also the latest speculation of a potential quarterback coming here? I was hearing about
What was this now?
is Jimmy Garoppolo.
Oh.
What?
which I'm sure all the ladies would be okay with.
Yeah, they would be. But do we want Jimmy?
I don't know. He wins. I mean, he's not going to be look back on as one of the greatest of all time. But for what the Seahawks want out of a quarterback, he might be just fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Except,
and he's a handsome man, DJ.
Yes,
I know you want that in your quarterback.
Whoever they get is going to get his ass handed to him.
He does.
Yeah, I mean, does Jimmy want to be on his back all day? I mean, maybe with some of our...
No, he's probably not no stranger to that with the ladies he's dating.
Yeah, maybe so. Maybe this is what he wants. Yeah, I'm surprised any quarterback wants to come here because they're going to just be on their back all day.
Well, not if they address the issues, and that's an offensive. Hopefully, they go for an offensive lineman in the first round.
Yeah, let's address the issues that the old guy complained about, and that's why he left. All right, now that he's gone, we'll address the issue.
I think that's a good idea.
It's going to be the greatest season we've seen as Seahawks fan in a long time. I'm calling it now.
It's going to be the most interesting in a while.
I hope they don't address I hope they don't. I hope we get defensive people and become a defensive juggernaut again. Because offensively, we don't.
We still need a good offensive line to win.
And look what we did without having good offensive lines.
We didn't win. We won a Super Bowl with a really good offensive line.
Yeah, I mean, it was
once our offensive line started sucking, we stopped winning Super Bowls. BJ.
Well, I mean, you
need a good offensive line.
I mean, arguably, part of that was though we really had we had wide receivers and people that could block very well too.
Look, I'm with you. We need a great defense, and that's obviously where they're going to go. But in order to have a good run game, we need a good offensive line. In order for a quarterback to be half okay, we need a good offensive line. The offensive line is important, and it's not like you're going to break the bank on a good offensive line.
Yeah, I hope you're right. I just, right now, from a defensive standpoint, I don't think we have a great defense either. That's the problem.
We don't have a great anything. We have a really good punter.
Yeah. Do we? You're right. You're absolutely right. But I mean, that's why I say you fix defense first, and then you go for your offense.
We have a great punter, an awesome mascot.
Yeah,
that's all you need.
Yeah, you're right. That's what else do we need? Absolutely.
Hope.
Right. Oh yeah, well I can't give you that, sir. But maybe the draft will. Maybe this draft coming up will. 206-421-ROCK, text us at 77999. Oh, you know what? Forget about this, man.
Forget about it.
Forget about it. We got an important question to ask. What do Ryan Castle and dinosaurs have in common? Ooh. I'm going to tell you at 9:50 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW. And now, the Ryan Castle question of the day.
What do Ryan Castle and dinosaurs have in common?
Occasionally horny.
Oh.
Not always.
Okay. Yeah, you know what? I can't argue with this.
The listeners are texting, and one person said they both have hung out with BJ Shea.
That's true.
That's rude.
Yeah. Those were cars when you were young, huh?
Uh-huh. Me and Fred Flintstone, buddies.
Next text. My grandma's taught me about both of them.
Yeah. And me.
He's a
I was
dirty
there with
bird.
Grandma. We were both telling the stories
And
about
they
both of them.
both get mad when they can't make love to themselves. Well, that's a Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Yeah, right.
That's one of life's worst jokes.
Yeah.
To put on an animal.
Yeah. Poor guy. Well, there was a recent poll done on extinct animals and which ones that people would like to see revived because Jurassic Park makes us all want them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's like, have we learned nothing?
Yes. If they could, the most popular option would be the giant tortoise. People want to bring the giant tortoise back.
I like turtles.
Yeah. But
I
really
like
not, only 1 in 10 people want to bring back the dinosaurs because the other 90% are like, yeah, we're not stupid. We don't want those guys back. Yeah. But people want the Triceratops. People want pterodactyls. Okay. And, of course, good old
Pterodactyl? You want a flying dinosaur that can go wherever?
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do.
What's the one that only eats plants? That's the one I want.
Yeah, let's get the Plantosaurus. Let's get that guy.
The Plantosaurus. That's his name. That's what it should be.
Plantosaurus.
The Plantosaurus, yeah.
Like the Brontosaurus or something?
Brontosaurus, yes.
That too?
Lettuceosaurus.
Yeah. And, of course, coming up next, we have the 12-Packosaurus. Ryan Castle's next.
BJ and Migs play of the day.
Apparently, an unknown person rode the Iron Gwazi roller coaster at Busch Gardens in Tampa Bay last Thursday.
I'm so jealous.
I don't know how jealous you'll be because apparently they pooped their pants. There we go. How scary is it? Well, check out this ad for it.
To another level.
Oh my God. Incredible. It was crazy.
It was so awesome.
I my pants.
Oh, really?
Oh, that guy sounds a lot like me.
Wow, who's that guy?
Weird, man.
BJ and Migs mornings on The Rock 99.9 KISW.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. Here's another question from a listener. If I file for bankruptcy, do I have to appear in court? That makes me nervous.
Going to court is never something that's easy to do. However, when you file bankruptcy, you usually only have to attend one hearing at the courthouse. Of course, I'll be there with you. And when you go to court, it's not before the judge. It's actually with the trustee or the trustee's attorney. One of the things that's critical in a bankruptcy is that you give your attorney in the court all of your information. You list all of your assets and all of your creditors. That's what we're trading for your discharge, is your true and honest disclosure of your assets and liabilities. And so the court hearing is just usually about a 5-minute deal where you show up and reaffirm and swear that all the information you've given the court and your attorney is correct.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com. Thanks for listening.